Hello, this is Xbox Ahoy, and this is episode 39 of my Modern Warfare 2 weapon guides. In this episode, we're wrapping up the shotguns as we cover the final one, the infamous Model 1887. The Model 1887 is a lever-action shotgun, and is unlocked at level 67. It was designed by famed American arms designer John Browning between 1885 and 87, hence the designation. Browning would later be responsible for a variety of seminal US weapons, including the M1911 pistol. The lever-action was chosen as a follow-on from Winchester's successful lever-action rifle, the Model 1873. While a reliable enough method of cycling the weapon, the lever-action was supplanted by the pump-action shotgun, notably the Model 1897 trench gun. Pump-action shotguns remain a popular choice to this day. The first 1887 shotguns were chambered for black powder 12-gauge cartridges, with a 10-gauge variant following soon after. Although the practical era of lever-action weapons was relatively short, they hold a certain notoriety as the weapons of the Wild West. And the 1887's presence in Modern Warfare 2 is likely a homage to the motorcycle chase sequence in Terminator 2, in which the Model 1887 was wielded one-handed and flip-cocked for maximum cinematic impact. In-game, the Model 1887 deals moderate damage over a good range when compared to the other shotguns. The rate of fire is very slow, nearly 1.5 seconds between each shot. So as with the SPAS 12, it's important to get a one-shot kill where possible. The 1887 is also the only weapon in Modern Warfare 2 to have its effectiveness patched in the name of weapon balance. There are but 2 attachments for the Model 1887, and only one of those has any major effect. Akimbo is the first unlocked, and gives you 2 shotguns at the cost of a greater hipfire spread and reduced range. Before the weapon was patched, the Akimbo 1887s had identical range to the single shotgun, and the combination of high power with an improved rate of fire proved a little overpowering. Post-patch, the Akimbo Model 1887s are a shadow of their former selves, but Akimbo remains the most effective combination, as the ability to fire 2 shots in quick succession makes up for the otherwise lethargic cycle time. FMJ is the second attachment, and increases effective penetration of the weapon. As with all the shotguns, this is largely useless due to the slow fire rate and a short effective range. There was a brief time when the balance patch could be subverted through the use of bling and a combination of FMJ and Akimbo. However, this was short-lived, and the Akimbo 1887s were since permanently left defanged. The single shotgun still has decent damage and range, but when compared to the other shotguns, it's not a strong choice. The range, damage and fire rate of the 1887 are all worse than that of the SPAS 12. So, given that the SPAS 12 is available earlier, there's no real reason to use the 1887 at all. Akimbo does grant some advantage through the ability to moderate fire rate and to get 2 shots on a target simultaneously when needed, but they still don't fare as well as the other available choices in the shotgun category. To conclude, use Akimbo with the 1887, otherwise use the SPAS 12 instead, as it's better than the single 1887 in every single way. As with the Akimbo Rangers, it's best not to unload both your shotguns at once. Alternating shots with the Akimbo 1887s will give you a more consistent fire rate, and allow you to be a little looser with your aim. Even with alternating shots, your fire rate will be almost as slow as the SPAS 12, so it's best to end a firefight quickly where possible. For your blue perk, Marathon is your best choice. The reload is slow on the 1887, but the 7-round tube magazine is generally sufficient. The added mobility that Marathon grants is absolutely essential with the slow-firing shotguns, and as the slowest of them all, the 1887 benefits greatly. The closer you can get to an enemy, the better your chance of dispatching them in one shot. For your red perk, I'd strongly recommend stopping power with both the single and Akimbo 1887. It used to be the case pre-patch that lightweight was a superior choice with Akimbo, but with the reduced damage, anything you can do to ensure your first volley kills will enhance your chances in a gunfight. For your third perk, I'd recommend steady aim with Akimbo, but ninja without. Steady aim will make the spread of your shots more consistent when firing from the hip, resulting in more reliable kills. This doesn't apply when you aim down the sights though, so with the single 1887 it may help to aim to ensure a centered spread. The ability to aim for a more consistent shot pattern allows you to use ninja, which will enable you to get closer to enemies undetected. The element of surprise can be very useful when using a shotgun. Pre-patch, the Model 1887 was probably one of the most popular secondary choices, simply due to their devastating effectiveness. Since the patch, they're now arguably underpowered, as they don't compare favourably to the other weapons in the shotgun category. Regardless, if you can get close, they're still deadly, and the slow fire rate isn't an issue when you can get one-hit kills with a weapon. Akimbo gives you a second chance to kill, albeit at the expense of range, but if you can get close enough, you'll be glad you packed two. It's not a competitive shotgun, but the history of the weapon and cocking of the lever action certainly makes it a badass one. Thanks for watching. This has been Xbox Ahoy. Join me next time when I'll be covering the next assault rifle, the ACR. Until then, farewell.